Sophie stood alone in her family's bakery, dawn casting a soft glow through the windows. The scent of yeast and sugar usually brought her comfort, but today it only deepened her anxiety. The annual baking competition was hours away, and winning the prize money was her last hope to save the bakery her late father had built. Clutching his worn wooden spoon, she gazed at the faded family photo on the wall, her and her father laughing, hands dusted with flour. Determined to honor his legacy, she set out to recreate his famous sourdough bread. Carefully measuring each ingredient, she followed his recipe precisely. The dough felt smooth under her hands, offering a glimmer of hope. As she pulled the loaf from the oven, her heart sank. It was dense and pale, nothing like her father's airy golden bread. Frustration gnawed at her. Time was slipping away, and failure was not an option. Desperate, Sophie rifled through his old journals for a secret ingredient or technique she might have missed. Pages upon pages of notes yielded no answers. She tried again, this time adding a touch of honey, thinking it might enhance the flavor. But the loaf emerged burnt on the outside and raw inside. Each attempt seemed to push her further from her goal. Exhausted and disheartened, she slumped onto a stool. Tears blurred her vision as she whispered, "What am I missing, Dad?" A soft hum reached her ears, the wind outside causing the chimes to jingle. It reminded her of the lullaby her father used to sing while they baked together. Almost unconsciously, she began to hum the tune. The melody wrapped around her, soothing her frayed nerves. Without overthinking, she started a new batch. As she mixed the ingredients, she sang softly, the familiar notes guiding her hands. The song had rises and falls, and she found herself kneading the dough in time with the rhythm. When the melody dipped, she shifted to a gentle fold. When it rose, she kneaded more vigorously. The transitions in the song naturally signaled her to change techniques. Lost in the process, she didn't notice the hours passing. Placing the loaf in the oven, she continued humming, feeling a connection to her father she'd been missing. The rich aroma that filled the bakery was different this time, warm, inviting, alive. When the timer rang, she opened the oven to reveal a perfectly risen, golden brown loaf. Breaking off a piece, she tasted it. It was as if her father's spirit was baked into the bread. A smile spread across her face as she realized the song had been their unspoken recipe all along. At the competition, surrounded by elaborate confections and towering cakes, Sophie felt a flicker of doubt. But when the judges tasted her bread, their eyes lit up. "This is exceptional," one judge remarked. "There's a depth and soul to it." Another leaned in. "What's your secret?" Sophie hesitated before replying, "Just a family recipe passed down with love." She didn't win the grand prize. That honor went to a pastry chef with a stunning sugar sculpture. But she received a special recognition for authenticity and heart. More importantly, several local restaurateurs approached her, eager to feature her bread. Returning to the bakery, she found a small crowd waiting, drawn by word of mouth and the enticing aroma that seemed to linger. As she served her customers, she felt a renewed sense of purpose. Later that evening, as she cleaned up, she held her father's wooden spoon and looked at his photo. "I understand now," she said softly. It was never just about the ingredients. Just then, a thought occurred to her. The competition hadn't saved the bakery financially, but it had reignited her passion and connected her to the community. They weren't out of the woods yet financially. No, but she now had the support and interest of new customers and businesses, giving her hope for the future. Humming their song, Sophie knew that with love, determination, and a little melody, she could keep her father's legacy alive.